What's up, guys? It's Coach Grant with First Down Training, and today we're going to be breaking down how to run a curl route versus press coverage, okay? So we're going to be talking about more so like a post-curl route. We're going to be talking about an inside release, how you're able to drop, and how you're able to get as much separation as possible from this DB. So I hope this video gives you guys some value, but also, fellas, if you guys are a receiver and you want to get faster and you want to improve your 40 time, check out that very first link in the description for a full 4-week-long, 28-day speed workout plan, okay? So it's a specific workout plan to help you with explosiveness. We give you on-field workouts and in the gym workouts to improve your speed, explosiveness, power, and just improve your overall athleticism. Here are a couple different examples of the different splits that we offer on that site. Dynamic warm-ups, stretch routine to help you get faster and to help you improve your speed, 40 time, and explosiveness. Hope we get you guys on that soon. Again, very first link in the description. Let's get started with this video. So you see how we give this kind of double up release, then we break to the post, snap this thing off, and I'm right back to the ball in this curl. This is like perfect technique of what you would want to do if you have a situation where this DB is kind of like off, like not necessarily off, but in this catch technique, yard or two off, right? So it's very important to get this guy to move. I got to make sure that I sell with my upper half. I got to actually throw with my upper half. I got to turn, not necessarily open your hips, but throw your hips, almost like a crossover. That crossover is what's going to move this guy off that platform, right? So I come off here, so we give him this little hesitation, and he hits him with this first step. We've talked about this before. That first step has got to be quick. It's not necessarily about stepping outside of his frame. It's about being quick and shooting that thing in the grass so we could create energy off this step to push into that step, right? So it's quick 1-2. And then I throw myself, and you see how he's pushing off this leg as well to throw back to the outside. I would actually consider this more of like a triple move just based off of how quick that first step was. But that first step kind of serves to ground you so you can throw with your upper half. That's what gets that DB to move. You've got to make sure that we're thinking about throwing. We're thinking about turning my upper half to get him to bite, because where's the DB going to be watching? DB will be watching your hips. So if I don't move my hips and I don't actually move my upper half and I just stay square, I'm not going to be able to get any separation. So it's very important. Again, we're here. That weight stays on the inside parts of your feet because that's where that explosion is generated. The inside part of your foot is where you can push and where you can actually drive out. And that's where we got to be able to stay, because that's how we create the most energy. So now when I burst up to the route, you see, it takes a little bit of a wider angle. Maybe I would like him to be just a little bit tight, but it's a post curl, so it's not the hugest issue. Just make sure that we stem back vertical, right? To get this guy to bite, to get this guy to run, right? Now you see how he has safety help over the middle? That probably is an indication that like he's not going to be, he's not super far inside shade. He might be willing to give up the inside because he has help. So he's not going to be afraid to jump to the outside. So that's also something that you got to keep in mind offline. Off the line, how many safeties are there? What kind of coverage is it? How's this DB's leverage playing me, right? We talked about that a little bit the other day in our video on just kind of how to read DBs and kind of understand, the IQ of what they're bringing to the table. So you see when he makes this break to the post, how sudden that cut is, right? We want to make this as sudden as possible because we want to make sure that we're selling post, right? If I'm running an actual post, I'm running full speed, I make this hard cut and I'm going, right? It's got to all look the same. At this point, anytime you're doing a double move, whether it's a post corner, maybe it's a corner post, maybe it's an out and then up, this first break has got to look the exact same as if you were running the route. We can't be lazy with it and then break it off sudden. We got to be fast, break sudden, then snap my hips sudden, okay? It's all got to look the exact same to get that DB to bite, right? It's all about deception. So you see how he breaks, takes one step to that post, and you see how violent of a cut it is. It's one snap down, right? And that hip drop off of that explosive cut, right? The only way you're able to cut, like break down off of an explosive one cut is getting to this low explosive position. If I try to make this break and I chop my feet and I'm nice and tall, I'm going to drift off of this route. And when I drift upfield, this DB is going to be all over it. But I have a sudden break because that forces that DB to have to react sudden, and you see how we get him to slip. I'd come back to the ball. Great job by this receiver actually coming back to the ball to make this play. Let's watch the thing again, full speed one more time. This is a great route right here. Great example of how to run this thing with an inside release. Inside release against press coverage on a post curl or just even a regular curl. It's all about selling vertical, all about threatening back vertical with the inside release, maybe selling like I'm going to restack and then being able to snap this thing off. Let's watch it full speed. So he hits him with a 1-2, pushes vertical, break to the post, snap this thing off, and get that DB to fall. It's a great route. All right, guys, I really want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you guys have any questions at all, leave those in the comments below. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And again, fellas, 28-day speed workout plan to improve your 40 time explosiveness, power, overall athleticism, and specific conditioning and speed on-field workouts. Hope we get you guys on that soon. Again, check out that very first link in the description. I'll see you guys next time.